Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about the order by clause in SQL. The order by clause in SQL sorts the result set of a query by one or more columns. It can be placed at the end of the SQL query and does not change the data itself. So in our situation, we have been using this employees table. So once we go ahead and execute it, you will see that we basically have a table consisting of employee ID, e-name, department, salary, join date, and e-active. The e-active column basically states whether this specific employee is currently employed at the particular organization. So why is order by important? Well, if you are involved in the process of looking up the top 10 salaries, the oldest or newest records, names in an alphabetical order, or if you want to sort the latest or the most oldest transactions, this is where order by comes in handy. In this scenario, we are just displaying the entirety of the table by default with no specific sorting criteria specified beforehand by the user itself. By default, the entire statement would display the result in an ascending order. This is because of SQL's default structure. Let's say we have a Google Sheet or an Excel sheet, and when we click on the column header, we are able to sort the given columns in ascending or descending orders. But in SQL, we basically need to use the order by clause, and this can be done with some kind of precise precision by the user. Let's say we would like to order the entire table in context of the column name. We'll go ahead and comment that out. We'll go ahead and write select star from employees order by name, and once we go ahead and run this, you will see that I have to make sure this particular column exists. In our case, that would be e-name, so I will go ahead and write it again as order by e-name. Always remember, in SQL you have to be a little bit type conscious, but depending on whether it is uppercase or lowercase, your results would only be shown because of this strong typed nature. So yeah, in this scenario we see that all our employees are alphabetically ordered in context of their names. As I had previously mentioned, if you do not specify this, it will be ordered in an ascending order. As you can see, the names Alice, Bob, Charlie, Diana and Eve are ordered in alphabetical order as we have just done so. We can go ahead and do the same in context of the salaries as well. Let's say we would like to sort the employees from highest to lowest. We can go ahead and write something like select star from employees order by salary, and once we are going to be specifying DESC, which is a shorthand notation for descending order, and we will go ahead and execute this statement. And as you can see, we have our results which are basically ordered in a descending order. You can see that 82,000, 75,000 and so on. You can also do the same by specifying ASC as shorthand notation for ascending, and once you do that, you will see the salaries have been ordered as such. Some of the common mistakes, as you have just seen from my own self, a demonstration as I just did right there, you will see that sometimes if you place order by at the wrong place, you will not get the result properly. Therefore, you must be able to use this in context of other clauses such as where, group by, or having. Moreover, these results that you see here are only the outputs. The actual data is not modified. You can also order by a column, not in select, but it's always better to include it for clarity. Now that we have sorted the columns, I would suggest you guys to try this with different columns. and we can go ahead with the different other use cases after that. I hope you guys did your own experimentations with your own data sets, or even with this data set. In my case, I have just gone ahead and done a little bit of order by wizardry on certain other columns. As you can see, there is some other columns like join date and eActive, which we can manipulate for our own on our whims. So if you go ahead and execute this statement, you can see that the entire output has now been ordered in context of join date. Since we have ascending set by default, we will see that the values are ordered accordingly. We can again change this into descending. Once you go ahead and execute that, you will see that the order has been reversed. Moreover, you can try this with eActive as well. As you can see, we have superlative values depicted in 0 and 1, so we can go ahead and hit execute, and as you can see, the eActive has also been utilized in a way to rearrange the result in ascending order. You can go ahead and try with descending as well, and let's just go ahead and execute this. You can see that no surprise, it has again changed the output. So I hope you guys tried it with your own data sets, or tried some little bit of your own custom recipes on this or the specific data set that you have used. Now we will be moving on to sorting with multiple columns. So to learn how to sort SQL query results by more than one column to establish a secondary or tertiary ordering criteria, we can go ahead and utilize different columns. In this scenario, in the previous case, we had only been restricted to one column at a time. Let's say we want to sort the data whereby which only one particular column is not sufficient and it won't suffice. In order, let's say for example, if you are required to sort your employees by department first, then salary, you would have to utilize the department column and the salary column. Similarly, in another different scenario, let's say you are required to display the cities grouped by country and ordered by population, depending on the column which you would be able to work with. In this case, I don't have that specific example, but I'm giving you a hypothetical example. If you are asked to group by country and order by population, in that specific scenario you would have to work with the columns country and population. In our scenario, we have the employees, so let's go ahead and try to sort by department and then the salary. So we can go ahead and write select star from employees, order by department. We can go ahead and write department really quick. We will sort it in ascending manner, followed by the salary, which is also ascending. So we can go ahead and write salary ascending. Once you go ahead and execute, you will see that the department and the salary have been used to rearrange the result output in a different manner. In this case, you can see that the rows are sorted by department alphabetically, H, I, and S, and so on, while the rows are sorted by the salary from the lowest to the highest. So you can see 555,000, 75,000, and so on. So this would be used whenever you would like to look at the lowest paid employees within each department. You can obviously go ahead and spin it around with changing the ascending and descending types here, and as you can see, the result has also been changed. Let's say we would like to sort the department alphabetically. However, the salary would be sorted from high to low. In this scenario, you would basically modify the same SQL statement, but you would reverse the ascending and descending keywords, and once you can go ahead and just execute, you will see that our results have been changed. The departments are sorted alphabetically, and the salary is set in a descending order. However, you will see that sometimes even if your statements are set in this manner, you would see that 55,000 is obviously smaller than 82,000, but here, since you as the user have specified department as the ascending order, this would be given more priority over this. Let's say you would like to change this around to order by salary, and let's say you want to order this as let's go ahead and write department as ascending. So hit enter. You would see that now you would see that the priority has shifted to the salary column. You would see 82,000, 75,000 and so on. However, the department, since we have given the specification on a second bit of the command, you will see that the IT, sales and HR have been set up as such. So yeah, this is one of those things which you would notice. So I'm just making it a little bit obvious why that is. So yeah, let's go ahead and try it with something else. Let's say we want to add a third level of sort. Let's say maybe we want to sort by the first name. So let's say you want to sort by department followed by the salary, highest to lowest. And since we have multiple employees who may have the same salary, we would like to break that alphabetically based on their names. So let's go ahead and write select staff from employees, order by department followed by the salary, descending followed by first underscore name. So hit enter. Oh, I see there is a small mistake. I always forget. It's called ename and not employee, and you can see that we have gotten our output, and this is exactly what we wanted. So yeah, the key takeaway is that multiple order bys can be utilized when you have chains of multiple columns, which can be used to define that priority of sorting. As I had just mentioned in context of salary and department, if you switch those, the priorities will shift. Ascending and descending can also be mixed across columns. If you are in a tiebreaker scenario whereby which maybe the employees with the same salary are present but their names are alphabetically different, so you would have to bring in a third column in that kind of a situation. So yeah, that's pretty much how this works out. I would always suggest after you watch each of these segments, you go ahead and try with some other data sets and explore what you get. So yeah, we will move on to the next segment, but first I hope you will try this on some other data set first.